It is Thursday, October 13th, and this is episode 23 of the only podcast broadcast from a parking lot running through my mind. This is your friend, host, and neighbor, Don the Idea Guy. You can find me at dontheideaguy.com. And in this episode, just as in every other one, I'm going to take a few minutes before I walk into the office for the day and share a couple thoughts that have been running through my mind, either over the past couple of days or over the past 30 to 45 minutes it's taken to have my commute from home to work. And today, the thought that I wanted to share with you is in relation to an online conversation that a Facebook group of mine was having about suggestions for a person who was looking for some sort of job recommendations that they could take while they were going to college to help pay for college. Now, they didn't share what they were studying in college, and my answer does not rely on what their area of study is, because the default response would be, find a part-time job in the field that you're studying for. But if they're just going to college, so many opinions change at that point. You go in for one thing and you shift direction and find other things of interest and other things that you excel at, and you travel down another path. So certainly, that's the obvious idea. If you're going to veterinary school, then you should find part-time jobs dealing with animals, right? Work in a pharmacy, work at the Humane Society, work for a dog walking service, start a pet sitting service. There are ideas and ideas and ideas that you can come up with in that vein. But let's say they don't know exactly what field they're going to study in. Let's say they're still taking all their basic requirements in year one, freshman time at school. What job could they get? And in college towns, those student jobs go quickly too. There's only so many of them to go around, and there's an influx of students coming in, and you've got the returning students who will pick up where they left off at their last job, and you've got new students in here scrambling for the new ones. What kind of jobs are going to be out there and available in the quantities suitable to the mass influx of new students for the school year? My brain went in a different direction, not so much to apply it in the theme of, let's say, for our veterinary student of, hey, go volunteer at the Humane Society, go work at a pet shop, but into the skills category of no matter where you're going to go after your first semester in school, what area of study you decide appeals to you, or if you remain in the area that you focused on when you signed up, what skill would follow you no matter where you were going? And to me, the answer was very quick, popped into my head immediately, and that is find a job in sales. Now, I've shared my opinions on what I thought about sales in a past episode. Sales conjures up all sorts of negative images in a person's head. You're tricking people into buying things, and you're loud and obnoxious, and you're pushy, and you kind of bully people into talking. You feel dirty when you think about salespeople, and that's a horrible thing, because most of the salespeople out there that I know are awesome, creative people, but there are still enough of those sleazy ones out there to have people form that opinion in their mind that's probably just short of lawyers. Next comes used car salespeople. So while my answer might surprise you, let's break it down a little bit. Sales offers you the opportunity to break outside of your shell and meet new people, because if you're doing it right, you're talking to new people every single day. Sales gives you a daily lessons, plural, in customer service and helping people get what they need. It helps you become more friendly, because no matter how you're feeling that day, you need to be friendly towards the people you're serving. It helps you learn more about an industry, because depending on what area of sales you're going to get a job in, you're going to learn things about that industry, that category, simply because of the fact that you're going to be discussing those products with your customers. What else? It helps you become more confident in your presentation skills, which people continue to list public speaking as a number one fear that even surpasses fear of death. And I think that's terrible. I mean, you need to get comfortable talking to other people and talking to groups of people. So doing sales presentations will help you be able to present to groups better. It'll help you get your ideas across succinctly. What else does sales do? Sales helps you ask for things that you want, because if you're not asking for the sale, you're not going to close very many sales. We talked about the customer service angle, but it does help you serve people. It helps you with outreach. It helps you make a good impression. It will help you with your vocal skills. What else will sales help you with? Sales will help you with strategy and thinking strategically, because it is kind of a game. And you want to win the sale, so you want to win the game. So knowing that a customer may always push back on price means you need to come up with better answers and better responses in regard to price, so that you can avoid those objections and still win the sale. Sales will help you network, because people are talking to you from all walks of life and all other industries. So as your college years help you focus in on a career, you may have met people and made contacts in those areas by virtue of the conversations you're having and the sales that you're making to those connections. You may get job offers. I know a lot of salespeople, a lot of good salespeople, who in the process of selling well are offered jobs by the people they're selling to, because that person has a business where they sell things and they need good salespeople. So being in sales can get you a better job. Think of every single one of these sales interactions as a potential job interview. So that's just a short list of the reasons I think sales makes such a good part-time job for people. And there's every area of sales, because you've got the classic door-to-door sales. You've got the lot sales where people come to you. You have in-store sales and demonstrations. You've got telephone sales. You've got in-store sampling at grocery stores. There are any number of sales positions. And for that veterinarian, if you're working in a pet shop, sales is going to be part of that part of that job as well. So you'll be surprised, as I was back when I first discovered sales as a gig, as kind of a calling, that sales connects with everything. Nothing happens unless you sell something. Unless somebody sells something to someone, nothing happens. You would not manufacture products unless they sell them. Steve Jobs, people hold him up as this fantastic innovator, but really what he was this fantastic salesperson. And I think nowhere is that more apparent than watching the Apple presentations then and now. He was masterfully selling his products, pitching his wares from a huge stage every year when they did their rollout, and the sales techniques are not as finely honed. So yeah, you can still be a creative guy and be a salesperson. I like to think that I am. But everything starts with sales. So get better at sales and you'll get better at your other jobs. And finally, you'll get better at convincing people of things, because you want to get your way, don't you? Everybody wants to get their way. But if you study sales, you'll learn more efficient ways to get your way. You'll learn better ways to convince people and win people over to your side. Not conning them into thinking a different way, not being pushy. When was the last time you came over to somebody's way of thinking because they pushed their opinion on you? No, it's the logical conversations where they make points, valid points that you can't argue with, and you at least have to admit, okay, well, maybe I should consider this. That's sales. Every time you ask somebody to go out with you on a date, that's a sales pitch. Are you winning more sales than you're losing? Are you going to win more in your career than you're losing? So the best first job I can recommend for people is sales. That's it for today. That's all that's running through my head. Tell me what's running through your head. What was your first job? What did you do when you were in school? How did you supplement your income? Share in comments. Tweet me at Don the Idea Guy or visit dontheideaguy.com and leave your comments there. Look forward to talking to you tomorrow and closing out our week of running through my mind with Friday's episode. Be here tomorrow. Bye-bye.